what kind of individuals are you looking to have in your group, and how do you actually select them?
Okay, so this is super important. And before we go this, I want to explain why we're even talking about this.
Okay.
Because this isn't about how we create this awesome mastermind group that we have in the Masters, but this is also about how people need to understand the benefit of a mastermind group, why it's so powerful to them and can change their lives like it's changed mine, so that they can do something with it, right? Because this isn't about me or this group. And so when you form a mastermind group, or when we are looking at potential members of our mastermind group, the most important thing is that you have somebody that has a humility about them, and a willing to contribute to a group. And those things, sometimes those things get mixed up, because sometimes if you think humility means they're going to sit in a corner and say nothing. Well, you don't really want that. And then sometimes willingness to contribute to a group means they dominate a conversation and they're not willing to listen. Mm-hmm. Both of those are bad, at least in those extremes. What we're looking for are people who can be real and transparent, who are willing to pour into other people. They're willing to pour into them the things that they've learned, the experiences, the successes and tragedies that they've encountered, the strategies that they've acquired. They're willing to pour into people that way, but also to be transparent enough to be real about it. We don't, if you form a group, you don't want wallflowers, and you don't want blowhards. You want people who can be real with each other. Yeah. And that has been, I think, the greatest thing. Also, as you're looking at people for a mastermind group, you want to find the right mix of people. Are they, it's usually best for you personally if you're going to be somewhere in the middle of that group in regards to how far advanced people are in their careers. It's good to have a mix of people that are more experienced than you, and a mix of people who are less experienced than you, so that you can learn from those and also help those. But if you're in your infancy and you're just really not sure, get in a group. You'll probably find you have a lot more to contribute than you realize. Yeah. And so there are a lot of different things. In fact, I put some of them on this cheat sheet I put together for your viewers.
Okay.
And
excellent.
So we can share that link out later, and share it now, whatever you want. But I put together some things, some of the criteria you look for when finding a mastermind group, and also creating one. And so anyway, I've got that for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have that link up for you guys watching the show, either during the show or definitely at the end of the show, whenever we get a chance to put it up. So I was just going to ask.
I just dropped it in there because I
dropped it in. Perfect.
In there.
So do you actually have an application process for your personal mastermind? Do you actually have an application process, and you have a
Yes.
like a phone interview?
It's really more a phone interview process. Okay. It's like we may have somebody complete a piece of paper, but that's not going to get us really very far. Yeah. You hear people talk about it, passing the crazy eye test. So maybe we can do it over video conference instead. I don't know. But no, it's a phone interview, because what I want to find out is, do they have something to offer to the group, but B, is the group going to serve them well? Because there is an investment to be part of the group. It's an investment of finances and an investment of time. Yes. And that needs to be successful for them. And the nice thing for us is that most people in our group we've never had anybody, quote, drop out of the group per se. Everybody who started it is still in the group. We have other people, some people participate in other things as time goes on, and that's great. Yeah. But our longevity is pretty good.
Excellent. Can you share with us some examples of maybe some of your members joining forces, maybe coming together on projects, and the kind of success that those projects have had?
Yes. So we at our second Yosemite retreat, I didn't even know about this. This all happened like behind the scenes afterwards, which is great. I mean, As someone who creates a group, it's probably the best feeling when you see the group being functional without you. And that was the case here. There was a gal in the group who had been approached with a very large publishing and positioning proposal that involved a book, it involved products, it involved Facebook marketing, it involved all sorts of things. And she knew that she had a good handle on the high level conceptual portions of it, but did not have a good handle on the details of the publishing piece or the details of the social media piece or the product creation piece. She knew what the product needed to be. She knew who the target market was. She had the relationship with the client, but she lacked the team that was necessary to come in behind and get all this stuff done. Right. Well, she realized while she was at the Yosemite retreat that her entire team was sitting in the room. And so she tapped one individual in the group who is an expert at publishing and project management. She tapped another person in the group who is an expert at social media and paid traffic and Facebook. Yeah. And tapped another member in the group in regards to product creation. And away they went. And what I didn't know is this was a 6-figure plus project. This was no small little thing. And between the members of that project, they were able to come together and build something that individually none of them could have touched. Yeah. So I was pretty excited about that.
Yeah, and I think you'll see that a lot of that in a lot of different masterminds is the members actually joining forces, coming together on various projects, because one of the main keys of a mastermind is networking with the people in the mastermind and helping them on various projects or adding to their business, maybe the skill sets that they have for their business. They can offer some assistance with other members in whatever it is or whatever ventures they're going down. Because let's face it, everyone comes to the table with a different set of skill sets, a different knowledge base, and a lot of different experiences that people can tap into. And that's one of the major powers behind a mastermind is people coming together, joining forces for one common good to try to help each other out with their specific business.
Yeah, I would go take it another step, and I see a mastermind group as something that future-proofs my business. Every member of the group has a different level of experience, like you said. They've gone through trials and challenges that I have yet to encounter, but that I will encounter. Mm-hmm. And I've gone through some things that other people have yet to bump into. Right. So what I find is in the mastermind groups, as we kick ideas around or share tools or strategies, someone's already been there, done that. Yeah. And they can save me a lot of heartache and time by helping me transition appropriately, or they can say, oh, no, don't do that, Everett. You trust. You do not want to do that. Yeah. I would say it's at least as valuable by about the things I'm told not to do as it is by the things I learn to do. And so it's super important there. I also find even in regards to okay, so I'm a techie guy. I love technology. I love toys and I love online tools. Yeah. In our mastermind group, we're very good about saying, hey, I've tried this tool. It doesn't work. I've tried this tool. It's really great. And I want to share it with everybody. So for example, just last week, Andy Falco, who's one of our organizers in the group, had started working with this tool called 22 Social. Yes. And I knew nothing about it, right? I know we were talking a little bit about this earlier. I knew nothing about it, but he arranged for he and I to interview the founders of 22 Social, let them take us through a deep dive, and we did this for the benefit of our entire mastermind group. And that's the kind of thing that we do periodically, is bring content like that so the whole group can ask questions, pick apart, what about this, what about that, yeah, and really go at it. And I find that invaluable. It has saved me thousands and thousands of dollars in purchases I would have made had I not got the skinny. And it's helped me focus my resources better.
Yeah, getting wrapped up into this sort of world, or in, where we're doing marketing and marketing online, there's so many tools, gadgets, courses that are coming out every single day, and you can just be busy chasing shiny objects all day long and sort of not sticking to your core set of businesses. But if you have other team members that are sort of using something for the benefit of their business, and they're actually able to sort of evaluate it and bring it to the table, say, hey, this is what I'm using, here's how I'm using it, and here's how I'm getting the benefits, or here's how it's working for me. Maybe it'll help you with your business, because I already have an idea or a sense about what your business is, so I think it might be useful. So somebody else has already tried it out, or they've gone through the challenges of setting it up, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So you're not chasing as many shiny objects, but also there's a lot of stuff that we just don't know about. There's so much stuff that comes on the marketplace. I just don't have any idea about all this stuff. As much as you keep up with it, you just don't know everything that's coming along.
Yes, and now what we're talking about a lot is specific to marketing, but applies to any industry. And I want to hit that in a second, but you're right about that, because in our group, for instance, I know that Andy Falco is my Facebook Live expert, and I'll just let him learn and keep track of everything related to Facebook Live. And when I need it, I know where to go. That's right. I know that Victoria Griggs is my expert when it comes to paid traffic on Facebook and YouTube. Yes. And when I need more information, I can come to her about that. I probably fulfill a publishing role within our group. And that is super powerful, and it doesn't apply to just marketing. No. It's funny, someone asked me, can anybody benefit from a mastermind group? And I thought about it. I'm thinking probably everybody. I mean, even the garbage man could benefit from a mastermind group to some extent. Yes. But almost any industry. I mean, you do a ton with real estate. Yes. And I'm sure over the years you've participated in mastermind groups or focus groups specifically around real estate, right?
Yeah, coaching and mastermind groups specifically around where there's primarily real estate investors in the group, but also there's realtors or mortgage brokers. There's other dynamics in the group as well, but primarily real estate investors, because you don't want to get all of the exact same people in a group all doing the exact same thing. I mean, it's good for one sense, but there's not as much diversity, so you don't know sort of what you're not doing.
Yes.
What you could be doing, or you all have similar questions, as opposed to somebody coming that doesn't know anything about your industry would have a different set of skill sets and different set of questions that you may think, well, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. And you're right. You do need to have that perfect mix of not everybody having the same homogenous skills and qualifications, which is, when you think about it, impossible anyway. But it is good to have a good mix of people. And yet, think of orthodontists coming together, right? A group of orthodontists can come together, though, and build each other's businesses, though they probably prefer to be in geographically diverse markets, right? Yes. But you could do this with physicians. You could do it with business owners, executives, HR people, salespeople, teachers, and any middle management position. And you can do anything, because all together you guys can create something that is impossible by yourselves. You also benefit from incredible accountability. The people who joined our group, here's what they've told me almost 201, is that before I joined the group, I would go to seminars and events, I would buy products, I might read the products, I would do next to nothing with any of that. Yes. I would continually dream about it. But when we started getting in a group, people start, like every other week we meet over a video chat, and people go, hey, what have you accomplished? I got this done, and I got this done. You hear that enough, you can't come to a call without starting to get stuff done.
That's right.
And we've watched people's businesses who were on this, maybe just barely on a climb, go like that. Yeah. And a mastermind group does that. An effective mastermind group does that.
Yeah, it holds people accountable and actually gets them off their butt to actually take some action. Because it's a dream is just a dream until you actually take some action and then it becomes a goal.
Yeah. And that kind of accountability helps make that happen. You've got to, you're doing it by yourself. Like the poor solopreneur, I ache for the solopreneur. And that would be me, by the way, if I didn't have these mastermind groups that I participate in. Now I'm part of an incredibly effective and creative organization that I happen to not beholden to financially, you know. It's all the benefits and none of the negatives.